Hey y'all, happy new year. It is January 15th, but happy new year. My name is Imani. Welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to another STEM Sundays where we sit and chat and I talk to you guys about different things that have happened to me so far in my professional career as a professional and as a student. Just a little bit about me if you're new. Like I said, my name is Imani. I am a semi-recent, I graduated about 7 months ago, of the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. And I earned my degree in mechanical engineering. I've had a couple of different internships as a manufacturing engineer, a transportation and logistics engineer, which was actually a co-op. If you want to know what a co-op is, the benefits, pros and cons, I have a video of that on my YouTube channel. And what was the last one? An integrity engineer. This is gonna be like a little informal chat, story times, tips, tricks that I do every Sunday, and I hope you stick around for more. Make sure to follow me on my socials. I'll insert them somewhere, but it's Imani with an extra I Caldwell on everything, I'm pretty sure. And make sure to follow the cornucopia for different job opportunities, internship opportunities, scholarships, academic resources, and professional development products, tips, tricks, all of that. Also, I will be documenting just my professional journey as well through different photo dumps, reels, and things of that sort. To the people that are returning, I know that I've been gone for some time. I experienced a death in the family. My sweet, sweet grandmother passed away in December, and I am processing that. So thank you for all the love and prayers, but I'm ready to get back into pushing out content. I'm passionate about STEM, getting more Black and brown people into the STEM fields, particularly women into engineering, and yeah. So I landed my summer internship and was just going about the school year, having a good time. And then when it got closer to the time for me to start, they started my background check. I personally don't do any type of drugs. So I'm like, whatever, like I have nothing to worry about. I never have anything to worry about. Side note, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your life, but if you find yourself like buying pee from people and taping it to the inside of your leg in a condom, like, don't you think it's just gone a bit too far? This might be a controversial opinion of mine, but weed is a drug. We know it's a drug. I'm glad it's being legalized. Okay, I'm not against it being legalized. I just want people to be real about the addiction that they might have to it. Okay? Like I said, taping pee, like if you cannot control yourself enough to pass a drug test, detox long enough to pass a drug test, aside from that, if you have to smoke weed every single day, if you have to do anything every single day, it's an addiction. People are addicted to Starbucks. I'm not saying it like you shouldn't smoke weed. I'm saying you shouldn't feel like you have to smoke weed every single day. Like at that point, and you know what? I don't think that's controversial. And when it comes to your job, your money, if you are messing up your money for something, you're addicted. So can we just be real about that? I just want us to be real about that. So I go in for my drug test. Everything comes back fine, like I expected. But then I get a call from the recruiter lady or HR lady. She's really nice. She's like, hey, how are you doing? Everything. I'm like, good. She's like, well, there was another girl from your school that was actually supposed to be coming on this internship with you, and we had to let her go because she failed her drug test. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry. But I'm thinking, like, why are you telling me this information, you know? She was like, yeah, the girl said that she had tested positive for marijuana. And the girl said that she didn't smoke, but she, like, secondhand inhaled marijuana through Aggie Fest. Now, I went to North Carolina A&T, the #1 public HBCU in the nation, in the world, and we know how to party. We get jobs, we graduate, we are educated Black students and professionals, but we know how to party. You know, if you ever heard of G-Ho, Aggie Fest is basically like the miniature G-Ho in a different semester, whatever. And so I'm thinking like, okay, like I know what hotboxing is, I know secondhand. I don't know if you can test positive for a drug test from that, but I'm just gonna mind my business. But you know, I'm on the call thinking like, why is she telling me this? And she's like, you know, and something actually came up with your background check too, but we really don't want to let both of you guys go. And it's not anything super bad. I really just want to have this conversation so that it's a learning experience specifically for you. I'm like, oh my God, like what did I do? Did I eat a bagel or something? Because I'm thinking it's about the drug test. No. This lady's like, we scoured through your social media and found some things that we didn't like. And I was so embarrassed because it's like, whenever you hear that, you just think about every single thing that you've ever posted in your life. I've been on Instagram since like 2013. So I'm just thinking like, what I do, I used to run a meme page when I was like 13. So I'm thinking it's something from that, but then I'm just like, I don't know, like did something from Snapchat get leaked? She's like, no, Instagram's fine, you know, everything. It was just Twitter. And with Twitter, I was like, what on my Twitter could have been a problem? Because you know the thing about Twitter is you get it, you're not really into it, you take a break from it, then you come back and then it's the best thing ever. And that is literally what happened with me. Like I made a Twitter when I started college, like 2018, didn't use it for like a whole year. Then I came back and really got into it. So by spring of 2021, I really had only been using Twitter for like a year and some change. So I'm like, what was wrong with my Twitter? Because the thing about me, I don't curse on my socials. Like I really try to make a point not to do that. So I'm like, I haven't said anything crazy because Twitter is the ops. Like Twitter is so weird and I actually hate the app. I'll never give it up because some of the best laughs I've ever had in my life are on Twitter. But Twitter will really show you what other people like. They give too much power to people you don't follow. I don't like that. Put your business out on blast. You can't say anything wild and crazy because you will go viral like that. One of my tweets about Donald Trump went viral during the pandemic and people were telling me to kill myself. But so I'm thinking like, oh, okay, like what did you find that was so concerning? And she's like telling me their policy and everything about like religion, race, you can't talk about certain stuff, or you can, you just need to be careful, whatever. And she's like, none of that, like we didn't find any of that. Specifically, violence. So I'm like, violence? So I'm like, violence? I'm not a violent person. Like, what did you find? And she's like, well, it's nothing that you tweeted, but you liked a couple of tweets that were pretty violent. And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I literally was just quiet. And she was enjoying herself a little bit too much on the phone call because she started reading the tweets that I had liked. Like one of them was like, we should beat her. She said that. She was like, one of the tweets that you liked was, we should beat her. And I was like, I'm so sorry. You know, I'm not a violent person and I did not think, like, I don't even remember what I said at this point because it was literally like spring semester of 2021, which was 2 years ago at this point, which is crazy. But I said something along the lines of like, I'm sorry, I'm not a violent person. You know, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong moving forward. Like I would keep stuff private or be careful about what I liked and all this other sort of stuff and continue to not, I really wanted to drill it home, like, and continue to not say violent things and hurtful things and all that stuff because I never even said that. It made me so mad because I was like, I'm getting in trouble for what somebody else said. And that's the thing about social media. Just because you like something doesn't mean you agree with it. stuff can be funny and just jokes, and it's just like these computers, these companies, and I get it, you want to stick to your policy, you don't want any bad representation for your brand or your name or whatever, but it's like I just feel like there should be some type of something like system check to check the check. Like, does this person really mean this? Is this whatever? And I mean, I know computers are only but so smart, but it's just like literally so many tweets that I had liked that said different things. And this is me not taking accountability, and I still don't. I just came here to tell y'all, be careful with what you like on Twitter, on the internet in general, and keep your pages private if you're gonna be doing crazy stuff or liking stuff. I wouldn't even suggest you to keep your page private if you don't want to, but just be careful with what you're liking and reposting, retweeting, you know, all that. I obviously don't have to tell y'all because I hope you know already not to post super explicit things on your socials. Like, listen, if you live that lifestyle and you're comfortable with that and the jobs that you're going for don't care about that, that is fine. But if you're going up into, you know, in my case, an engineering technology company, and the company wasn't even super conservative, it was like mildly conservative. Just be careful. That was my learning experience because I was just like, so what now? Like, I was really worried on the call. Like, so what now? I'm just thinking, like, is this woman about to tell me that I can no longer go through with my summer internship? I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not about to make any money. I have to go grind and find another internship with another company. I have to explain why I lost my internship to my friends, to my mom, like to everybody. I was so scared. And she was just like, no, like, it's not anything to let you go over. And we're also in a tough spot right now because we already let one of our interns go. But just moving forward, this is a learning experience for you. Make sure that you're careful in private and all this stuff. And I was like, okay, girl, like, all right. And if you're that girl that they let go for the drug test situation, I'm not judging you, but if DM me, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about how that went, what that call was like, how you dealt with it. Like, let's have a conversation, because that lady told your business. She said that you failed your drug test and you told her it was because of Aggie Fest. And I don't know if they're supposed to be telling business like that. Let me not go get any companies in trouble. And you want to know something funny? For my co-op for the spring semester of my sophomore year, I had to get a drug test, and we need more Black people conducting drug tests on Black people because this nice white lady did mine, and they had to take hair from the four corners of my head. When I tell you, this woman took my whole sideburn edge off, like it was completely gone. I had holes. I'll insert a picture. I was so mad. Like, I got in the car and cried. Because you know why I cried? I cried because my sideburn was gone and was gonna look crazy. And I knew I was gonna look crazy, but I also was just like, I know that I'm clean. Like, they didn't even have to do all of that. It was just, So yes, I don't know who does that job, what the qualifications are, but we need more Black people conducting drug tests, okay? Because when I drove down to that little lab court in Greensboro, North Carolina, those ladies in there cut my hair off. My grandmother, Rosemary Johnson Outen, was the sweetest, most hardworking person that I ever knew in this life. And she received an 8th grade education. She stopped working so that she could help out on her family's farm. And she gave birth to 5 wonderful children, my mother included. And she birthed 5 incredibly hardworking people who have helped to make me the person that I am today. Everything that I do to make my family proud, to make her proud. The reason why I'm so interested in the healthcare fields and industry is because my grandmother and my mother are from the Bahamas, and they don't have the same access to the same medical technology that we do here in the States. And my grandmother actually passed away from congestive heart failure that went without being diagnosed for the longest, even though she was showing signs. So I just want students all around the world, Black and brown students all around the world, Black and brown professionals, to have access and be aware of the different academic, financial, and professional opportunities available to them. Because the number one thing that you need is awareness for anything. You can't do anything if you're not aware of it. You can't be anything if you're not aware that it exists. And I'm just so thankful for my education. I'm thankful for the opportunities that I was given. I credit that to my HBCU, North Carolina A&T, and I will continue to try to make my grandmother proud and spread the knowledge that I have, give the tips that I have, the advice that I have, so that the next person out there has them. Ooh, that was hard. So thank you so much for watching. See you next week. I'm going to try to be consistent, so see you next week.